Hi everyone, my name is Cameron. I'm a marketer at Kitomba, and today I have with me Kirsten McHarg from Savvy Salon Marketing, and we're going to talk about a really interesting topic. It's a topic if you have worked in marketing before, or you know someone close to you that works in marketing, you would have heard of the term SEO or search engine optimization. Now, this is a topic. It's quite easy to implement. However, it can be a little bit scary. Now, the reason that we wanted to go through it today is that it is so important, and if you are using the power of SEO and you're thinking about it when you're creating content, it can make your content soar above the rest. In a nutshell, what SEO is it's basically what the algorithm, when you think of the Instagram or any social media's algorithm, and you think about, how is it figuring out what content is? It's SEO. It's looking at what obviously with Instagram, it's looking at what's on the picture, but it's also looking at the text on your caption, right? And if you've got a caption that's got keywords and it's got really good SEO on it, it's easier for the algorithm to understand what your post is about, and therefore it can promote it to the right people. Now, Kirsten, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you talk to us a little bit more about SEO and how you kind of implement it in social media
Sure.
specifically?
Thank you. Yeah, that was a good introduction, and you've kind of just done the whole thing.
Oh, cool. We can end it here, though.
Sure. No, it's cool. No, SEO is like another cool topic, and obviously SEO is marketing speak, so it stands for search engine optimization, as you said, and it can be a bit scary. And I like to think of it as a little bit of a stealthy strategy. So it's something that you kind of do covertly in the background to kind of get yourself noticed and found online, which is the whole purpose of SEO. So it is an activity that you undertake, and in some respects, it's a bit of an advanced activity. So if you're just starting out with social media and you're like, oh, look, all I can do is actually just get a post up, I don't even want to think about SEO, that's totally cool. Once you get into the rhythm of posting and all the other things that we've talked about in all the other lives, then your next step is SEO. So, in itself, as we've said, SEO is about getting found online. And if you think about Google and if you think about a topic and then you go searching on Google, you're looking for a particular business or service. And that business or service, if they've done their job right and done some SEO, will have input some keywords and some phrases and things into a particular platform, be it Google, be it social media, that hopefully matches what you're searching for, and then the two of you come together and hopefully they find you, follow you, and make a booking. So that's the ultimate plan or goal of SEO. So we always hear about SEO and we hear about it related to Google, but we don't often hear about it being related to Instagram and Facebook. And in particular, we're going to talk about Instagram today, as we mostly do, because there's more features on Instagram that can help you get found. So basically, I guess the easy place to start with SEO is in your profile, in your bio, which is at the top. And we've talked about this in other lives. So if you want to go and find that one, we sort of talk to you about how to optimize your bio. But if you think about keywords, who are you? What is your salon? What do you stand for? What services do you offer? What treatments do you offer? And importantly, your location, and somehow get those into 150 characters into your bio, because that's all that Instagram allows you is 150 characters. So, and
Yeah.
that includes the spacing between the words. Um, you can optimize your bio that way. But importantly, I think having a location there is good because people will often search just in a general search on Google, salon near me, obviously, salon in a particular location. I'm looking for laser services near me or whatever. And you don't necessarily have Instagram come up in the Google search, but Facebook does. So there are things that you can do over on Facebook, but they operate differently, and you don't have a bio over there. But we'll get to content and
Mm.
posts in a minute. So yeah, so it's basically the name of your salon. If you can get your Instagram username to be the name of your salon, that's ideal. Because if it's not, then people don't actually really know, is it you? Your location, your address, and treatments and products, and then maybe something that you stand for, like advanced skin clinic or hair salon that does balayage or whatever it might be. So that's the first one, is to optimize your profiles for search, and it makes a huge difference when people go searching, because a lot of people are increasingly using Instagram and Facebook as a search engine. Just like people use YouTube as a search engine, they use Google as a search engine. So you just want to be found and optimized through your bio. The next one, obviously, is mastering the art of keywords. So people are naturally going to go, well, what keywords and what phrases am I going to use? So I just mentioned them all before, really, and it's really just trying to match up, putting out there who you are and the treatments and services and products that you offer, but putting it in a way that you think people may be searching for that phrase. And it's anybody's guess, really. I mean, when
Yeah.
we do SEO for our clients, obviously we have tools and monitoring software and things like that, so we can see what's working and what isn't working. But it's not so easy to tell. There's nothing in the Instagram app that says, hey, this keyword is working for you. So it's
Mm.
really just anyone's guess, and you can only make your best attempt at it and hope that that works for you. So if you think about your niche, and obviously we're all in the beauty industry, but then you've got a niche within a niche. So you may be a hair salon, a skin clinic, advanced skin clinic, beauty clinic, lashes, nails, whatever you may be. That's kind of your sub niche within the niche,
Yeah.
and start to think about keywords there. So obviously, if it's nails, for example, nail art, acrylics, gel nails, so all these different words that you think people would be searching for, have a list of those keywords, and keep adding to your list of keywords. And then what you can do is start to use those keywords and other things on your platform, such as your posts and your hashtags and things like that, because those are the things that help you get found. What people do is they go to Instagram, for example, or the search function in Instagram or the search function in Facebook. In Instagram, they'll go hashtag laser Brisbane or whatever it might be. They're looking for something, or they may not even use the hashtag. They might just go, find me a salon that does balayage or whatever it might be. And then it
Mm.
brings up what's called the explore page. So that's a whole lot of posts where it's relevant to what you're searching for. And then obviously it just looks like another Instagram feed, but it's a grouping of whatever you've searched for. And then people will search through there. And so they might go, oh, yeah, no, that looks interesting. So that kind of leads itself to the post. So once they've found you, well, they don't know they've found you, but once you've landed on that explore page, you've then got to try and attract their attention amongst the myriad of other posts that are there. So that's kind of a whole different strategy of posts and things that we've talked about.
Yeah.
So there's no perfect science to it. There's no like linear path, but it's just maximizing the opportunity to get found. But if you stand out in that explore page and they go, oh, that looks really interesting, and they click on your post amongst all those other ones, it brings up that post and they go, oh, that's interesting. They're talking about the thing that I was looking for. Oh, they're in my location. That's really cool. Hopefully they'll then go across to your profile, find out more about you. And obviously you've got a perfectly written bio that says everything that they're looking for. And then they may follow you, and they may even make an inquiry or a booking, because obviously if you've got your booking system or your website link in your Instagram profile, they may even go across to your website. So that's kind of the pathway. So what you got to kind of think that people are on a journey, and they don't always just find you in the first click. They may sort of stumble upon you, but it's because of the power of SEO that has kind of led them to you if they're looking for you on the Instagram platform. So that's kind of
Cool.
the art of keyword research. Obviously, I touched on captions, post captions. So they are searchable within the platform. And so you may have a content plan of different posts that you're putting out over time. And what you need to do is think about your list of keywords that you created that you think people are searching on, and kind of naturally fit them into your post caption. So it's no different than when you hear someone talking about an SEO blog, or it's keyword rich blog or something like that. Someone's talked about a topic, they've looked at the keywords that they want to get found on, and they've naturally woven it into their blog post. It's the same with a post caption. Now, the thing not to do is what's called keyword stuffing. And you're just going, yeah, I'm going to put all my keywords in here and I'm going to get found everywhere. But it actually doesn't work like that, because then the algorithm goes, you're just spamming everyone and no one wants to know about you because you've stuffed it and it doesn't look natural. So even just if the topic of the post is on a thing, just have a couple of keywords on that thing. So, don't overdo it. More is not good. More is bad. So less is good. But just think of each post and then go, oh, hang on, okay, so this is my topic. You might write it. And then go, oh, actually, this is the keyword, and just find a way to sort of naturally put it in there. And then when people go searching, you may end up on the explore page, or you may end up in a general search, but it just helps you to get found. And then, of course, we've talked about hashtags. So hashtags are a signpost to the algorithm about where you want that content to go. And again, you can weave your keywords and make them into hashtags. And again, we've talked about hashtags quite a number of times on different lives. And there's different blogs and lives sitting on the Kitomba website that cover this topic. But whilst it's a signpost to the algorithm, if people are in the search bar again and they are searching on a hashtag and your hashtag comes up onto that explore page, you've got a better chance of them going, oh, I like that salon, and finding you and going through that customer journey. So those are the different places that you can let the social media algorithms know that you exist and where you exist and who you want to find you. And over time, you play around with it and you'll see which posts will work better than other posts, because you do get those analytics inside the back of the platforms that tell you, this reel went crazy, this one didn't.
Not so much, yeah.
And, there's anyone's reason why it might. Sometimes you put out a reel or a post, you think, this is incredible, it's going to do so well, and then it flops. And then you do one that's kind of a bit meh, and it, goes viral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's social media is not perfect. So those are kind of the key things to get found. It's really only sort of those 4 things that you can do, and just keep doing it. It's like anything, you've just got to keep doing and trying. But obviously, if you do get some traction and if you do get people liking or commenting or whatever, then obviously you want to talk to them. You don't want to just leave it there, and so you've got to be in social media checking. Even if someone just likes something, you might go, hey, thanks for the like. Obviously, you can kind of go and stalk people and see if they're in your area and whether you actually want to develop that relationship and see if there was something that they liked. So that's a whole strategy in itself of just the follow-up. And even spending 10 minutes a day engaging with people is a good thing. They've taken the time to communicate with you, so why not communicate back? It may not go anywhere, but who knows? They may become a customer at some other time. The good thing about Facebook, which you can't necessarily do on Instagram, is that you can actively go and find people. So we kind of are moving away from the SEO kind of strategies, I guess. But again, it's still about being found. So it's more of a active, proactive SEO strategy, if you like. And you can go into groups. You can, there's a myriad of groups that you can join. And you don't want to go in there and go, hi, I'm this salon, and come to me and start promoting yourself. But you want to join into the conversation. What are women or men saying? What are they talking about? What are their beauty problems? What are the things that you could help them solve? And if you build relationships that way, and people are in your area, then they get to know you, like you, trust you, all that sort of thing. And eventually they may actually come across as a client of your salon. So that's always important. And I know that as salon owners, you're all like super busy, and who wants to then go and find clients? But even if you go, look, 5 minutes a day and this is all I'm going to do, it actually makes a huge difference to what's happening on social media for you, because you're active and the algorithm loves you being active, and it will reward you. The other thing, obviously, is collaborating with influencers. Now, this is quite an interesting topic, and because I don't know yet, haven't decided whether I think it's a great strategy or not. And I think it's I mean, it's worth trying. If you know someone who has a great following and they're really well known, that's all cool. And it gives you an association with a brand that's famous or famous
Mm,
in your area. But in saying that, you have to realize that if they're putting your content out through their feeds, they may have a much broader audience than you. So they're reaching people who aren't necessarily going to be clients of yours. So you need to be aware of that. So if you do that, and you live here, but they are, national perhaps, or statewide, or, even global, they're reaching people who may not come to your salon, and then you get all this engagement and it upsets the algorithm, and it's going, oh, okay, so now we're reaching out in a completely different area, so it starts to upset things there. But in
mm,
saying that, it does have merit with that brand association. So again, it's not necessarily a direct SEO strategy, but it's just leveraging another opportunity that helps you to get found online. So it's kind of an indirect SEO type of thing. So that's it. And the only other thing, obviously, as I always say, is that you monitor the analytics and love the data. So the data does not lie. The data is the data. And if you look at a post or you look at a story and you go, it flopped, it was just useless, I'm no good at social media, that's actually not what the data is telling you. It's just saying to you that that wasn't received as well. And it could be because the algorithm read it wrong, it was the wrong day, the wrong time. It doesn't mean that it was wrong and no one liked it. They just didn't see it. And so why didn't they see it? So start to sort of take the learnings. And if you look at it, your analytics, and look at what's performing well and what isn't, and then think about the keywords that you're using in there, that starts to give you an indication of where the SEO may or may not be working for you. And of course, you can ask your clients and your current clients or people who are new, how did they find you? And you could go a step further and ask them, do you search? Where did you search to find me? Was it Google? Was it Instagram?
mm,
Was it Facebook? Um, Most people, I think, just say, oh, look, I searched on Google and found a salon near me. But it would be actually interesting to ask your clients if they do search on the social media platforms, and if they are, what sort of keywords are they using?
mm.
So anyway, so that's it. Yeah, so that's my little stealthy SEO.
No, that was awesome.
Again, it takes time, and you've got to commit to it, but can be well worth it in the end.
Yeah. No, definitely. One thing actually I was going to note is on your last point around referrals and when you can ask people. So one thing that I always, when I was working on support, I'd always tell our customers is there's actually a section in Kitomba that does referrals. So basically you can set up a list of referrals, whether it's like Facebook, Instagram, Google, emails, friend, like word of mouth, a friend, and basically you can set them all up as options. And then when someone new comes to your salon, or if you've got someone that's been coming for a while that's, returned, you can basically give them like a form, and on the form where it tells them like, double check your emails right, or if it's a new client, you
Yep.
ask them, can you
Yep.
give us your email, your phone number, everything like that. You can ask them on there, how did you find us? And you can actually, they can either select, I found you on Facebook, I found you on Google. And if you're getting your receptionist or your team to ask those questions and record it on there, you can pull a report in Katoomba that gives
Mm.
you, in the date
Mm.
range, let's say, how many
Yeah.
people were referred by X place. So
Yeah.
it's a really easy way to implement something like asking your clients where they came
Mm.
from. A really
Yeah.
easy way to do it is by using the
Yeah.
referral program in Katoomba, and
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
can, as a manager or an owner, pull that report every month or every
Yeah,
week
that's
and
good.
kind of see where they're coming from, rather than, otherwise it'd be like a little notebook you're writing down. It might be a bit
Yeah.
hard to track.
It's true though. It's good. And actually, one
Yeah.
thing on that is that people may see you in more than one place.
Yes.
And we've got clients who we do quite a comprehensive marketing strategy for them. So we're doing more than one channel, and we say to them, right, just kind of keep a note, or wherever you keep it, where did people find you? And they'll go, oh,
Mm.
everyone found us through this one, so that channel's not working, so we should stop that. And it's like, well, actually, that's not quite
Mm.
right. The
Yeah.
recall of people is they probably saw you in five places and then something made
Yeah.
them act. So whether you're doing one or two things in your marketing strategy or five things, everything
Mm.
will be working in unison together at somehow to get you noticed. So yeah, it's really good to prompt people and just to remind them, well, actually, did you find us on Instagram? Did you search on Instagram?
Yeah.
Um, how did you actually find us online? So good
Yeah,
point.
for sure. Cool. And then the only other thing I was going to mention is something that you brought up around not chucking too many keywords in a caption, is that it's a really delicate balance of writing it for the algorithm to understand and
Yeah.
writing it for an actual human to understand.
Yes.
You know, and I think Instagram is the most ideal and probably the easiest kind of step into SEO because you've got things like hashtags to help you. Because a lot of times what you'll do is if you're, let's say, a marketer and you're creating a website or you're creating something for Google, you're wanting to chuck the hashtags about your business. And if your business does nails and hair and facials, there are a lot of hashtags,
It is.
and trying to figure out a way to put those keywords in so the algorithm or so Google understands what your business does, but also making the caption readable and enjoyable to read from a
Yes.
customer point of view is really important as well. And because you've got things like hashtags, if you have your list of keywords and you do what Kirsten say, where you write in your caption, then you look at the keywords and go, how can I fit these in? If you can't fit it in, or if you think, well, if I fit it in, that will then make the too long or something, make it a hashtag and that will be fine. No, if you've got acrylic nails in Wellington, a hashtag acrylic nails in Wellington's a perfect hashtag. Another thing is you could then try to incorporate it into the caption and say, do you or anyone you know live in Wellington and want acrylic nails? Give us a call today. Something like that, and you've suddenly got all those keywords in a sentence that doesn't
Yeah.
read strangely. It's
Yeah.
easy to
Yeah.
understand for a human, and the algorithm will definitely
Yeah.
understand that, and
Yes.
therefore it will push your content on the explore page or further
Yeah.
up the explore
Mhm.
page, and then you get into the other things like the photo
Yeah.
looking good and
Yeah.
stuff as well. Yeah.
And one thing to mention, and maybe we should do another Facebook Live on this one, is
Yeah.
Chat GPT. Now, Chat
Oh my
GPT
God, yes, we should
is
do
great.
one.
I love it. Really cool for ideas and things like that. And you ask it questions and you can actually have a bit of a conversation with it over time. But if you are like the topic we're talking about here with keyword stuffing, and if you've got all these keywords, you can also put it into Chat GPT and say, right, make this succinct, write this
Yeah.
in very simple terms, and just tell it what you want and see what happens and play around with it. Um,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
very,
even
very,
doing something like giving it a prompt of like, can you write me 5 social media captions that talk
yes,
about acrylic nails in Wellington with these
yes,
keywords? It
yep,
can give you 5 different
yep,
versions of that, and then you can
it
look
can.
and get the parts that you like the best and
Yep,
create your own
yep,
little customized one.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so, I mean, we find ChatGPT is a helpful tool. It
Mm.
doesn't write the post captions perfectly, and we actually don't
Yes.
use it to write the post
Yeah.
captions. We still have writers. I still think you need the human element.
Yeah,
But it
absolutely.
does, when you're sort of stuck on something or you're not quite getting it in the right way, it's a really good tool for that. But
Yeah, definitely.
maybe we should,
Yeah, a tool is probably the best word to use.
yeah,
Like, I would never recommend using it to write your caption fully, but understanding it and maybe saying to it, "Can you write me 5?" You kind of, especially if you're starting out on social media and you're not
yeah,
sure how to write things, you look at the 5 different examples it's given you, and you kind of go, "Oh yeah." So I noticed that they do a short like sentence first with an emoji at the end, and then it moves to something else. Like it kind of gives you the
yeah,
more you start seeing examples of
yeah,
ways that you can use the keyword that you want and the type of tone that you have as your
yeah,
business, whether it's a very casual tone or very professional,
yeah,
you then start noticing ways on how you can start creating it yourself. And
mm,
by it'll get to the point where if you're a little bit more experienced in SEO or you a little bit more experienced in social media, you'll start getting to the point where you won't even need to
no,
use
no,
to use
and
it.
it's
But
good.
especially if you're starting out, it's great.
Yes,
Hmm.
that's right. And it's just so it means that you're not starting on a blank canvas. It's often
Yeah,
just easier to have some words in front of you and then go, right, now I'm going to change these
yeah,
up to what I want. So, and I mean, it also
exactly.
does hashtags for you, but
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things you
Yeah.
can use it for. But
Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty
anyhow,
pretty powerful tool. Yeah.
mm,
Well, thank you so much, Kirsten, for joining us today. And for those of you who are watching, Kirsten kind of mentioned it during the live, but we've been doing lives every month talking about kind of from the start of your journey into social media all the way to a little bit more advanced things like SEO. If you're wanting to, it's almost developed into a course now. If you want to spend an hour each month and look through and watch these lives and then take that and apply that to your own business. That would be a hugely, I would highly recommend it. We've got them all on the Facebook page here at Kitomba. I've also been adding them onto our YouTube page as well if you prefer to play it on YouTube. And yeah, I would say take a look at those live videos. They're great. They're a great resource. We've also, Kirsten's got this incredible ebook as well, all around Instagram marketing for salon owners and managers. So we'll leave the link below down there to get you over. If you look in our link in bio on Instagram, I'll also leave it at the top of our link in bio app. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it today. And we will see you guys.
Awesome.